Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Mind Your Soul. And today's episode is about from nobody to viral sensation, the mental health struggle that no one talks about. And we have Spyros with us today. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce it correctly, but you will take the word from here.
First of all, hey, Farah, thank you so much for having me on the podcast. I haven't been doing a lot of these, so I'm very excited. I really appreciate you for having me. And Spiros it is. You can also leave out the S
Very
and
well.
just call me Spiro. And for everyone who doesn't know me, I'm a business and mindset coach who recently moved to Dubai. I'm 26 years old, and I actually moved here from a small town in Germany, as I was telling you earlier, between Munich and Stuttgart, Ulm, not really well known, but yeah, thanks to me being a coach and content creator, I was allowed to do it. I was able to quit my 9 to 5. Oh my God, it's been like 3 months now. And yeah, now
Wow.
living my purpose.
I absolutely love that. And we have been following each other for approximately 2 years now, I guess, from
Yes, true.
Instagram. That's where I get many of my guests in
Hmm.
because we get to have a connection. Like we follow each other's journey. And I saw all these, like you started, I think we almost started simultaneously our pages,
Hmm.
and you grew so fast. Like you beat all of us to it. And I was like, wow, he's really good in his content. He's gone viral several times, and then it happened again, and again. And it just kept happening, and it's still happening. So yeah, but like when did you realize first time that you were going viral? And what was your initial reaction to it?
Farah, you will never believe this because I had started my account on my birthday, okay? July 5th, 2023. I was like, hey, come on, new cut, new
Amazing.
beginnings. Oh, was I? I think I was 24 back then. Started and then didn't really post for a while. And then I got a new job as a human resources business partner, switched from sales
Okay.
to it. And simultaneously, I really wanted to take my coaching and content creation to the next level. So for a whole month, Farah, I posted 5 times a day on TikTok, 150 content pieces. Every single one flopped.
Wow.
Every single one
Oh,
flopped.
every
I
single
was
one. So I was not expecting that
every
from my brain. I was like, what is he saying?
no, everything flopped. I might have gone like semi-viral twice, like 10,000 views, 20,000 views. And I was like, wow, there's like so many people, but nothing big. Then I was hopping on a call with my best friend because, based in Germany, doing everything in English is also like a bit off. Like, why aren't you doing it in German? So I was thinking like, hey, should I maybe like switch the language
Yeah.
and do it in Germany, especially on TikTok? And then my 150 first 51 content piece went viral on Instagram, which I not expect. I was ready to quit. I was like, no, I can't handle this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I was so overwhelmed because I had a high competitive new job
Mm.
simultaneously doing like 5 posts a day, and every single
Oh, that's
content
a
piece was
lot.
like
Wow.
talking, doing things like everything was super unique, super different. So a lot of effort, and then
Yeah.
went viral on another platform, but without my face on it. It was just like I was saying about relationships, I think, and then you could just see my feet, and I was like, "What? 40,000 views?"
Yeah, sometimes it
And
doesn't really make sense to me. Like the things that go viral, I'm like, okay, learning.
yeah, totally, like, didn't see it coming. But then I was like, "No, I'm like a coach. My face is basically my brand, and I cannot show up
Yeah.
in this way." Then I switched
Yeah.
it to my
True.
face, and then here we are living in Dubai now. That's how I went.
Wow.
Since that content
Wow.
piece, everything went viral. That was 40,000 views. And then I think the next couple ones reached like my first million, my first 3 million, and then
Yeah, you
bump
had
until I had,
millions and you have it several
yeah,
times, not just one time. It just keep repeating
yeah.
everywhere
It,
on TikTok, on Instagram. I don't know if you're other places, but it's like,
I am. I am
okay.
starting with YouTube now properly, but only doing like short form content. I'm really looking forward to start creating longer form videos on YouTube too.
Yeah, and that's what YouTube is really good for. But shorts, I think, would not be very different. I think you might get many views as well,
Mhm.
like without knowing because you're performing so well. But YouTube is a different platform, obviously. Sometimes it's really hard to understand the different platforms and what people like because I feel like the audience is so different on TikTok compared to Instagram, and then again on
100%.
YouTube, right?
Oh my God. Yes, in every single way possible. Yes. FYI, you will never believe this, but I probably have like videos that have generated, let's say, 10 million views on
Wow.
on Instagram, but then TikTok, yeah, normal video, 10, 20, 30,000. It's very crazy. And that's
Yeah.
why it really matters to push one content piece to as many platforms as possible. It's like what? It takes you 2 minutes longer, and then you can,
Yeah.
if everything goes
Yeah.
well, you can get millions of views based on that. You can get clients on that. That's why I'm a big fan of like having a content system that allows you to be present everywhere. So for me right now, it's YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, which means people might think I only have 10,000 views on a video, but then they don't know that I'm posting this on two other platforms. So together it can be a million. They just don't know it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it
yeah.
depends.
You're right. It's about
Mhm.
getting the reach out, getting the message out, because at the end of the
100%.
day, it's about helping clients and them to get to
100%.
reach to you. Exactly. So also being on this podcast is another form of doing long content, which will be posted to my YouTube. Once you have your YouTube, you can
Oh,
post it to yours as well.
amazing. I love this.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, so yeah, and we cut snippets out of it, that it becomes shorts and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, it's about getting the message out. So getting back to, yeah, you realized it's the first time you went viral. So what was your like, what happened inside of you or outside of you? Like, what did it mean to go viral, basically?
Looking back, I just didn't, because at the end of the day, it's like just a number on your screen. Doesn't really mean anything, especially when it doesn't lead to any benefits in the long term. Because it's one thing to go viral, and it's one thing, a whole another thing to get like followers that match your energy and that are really interested into you and your life.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
whole other thing, generating money from this, making money
yeah,
online, generating an
yeah,
income. So I think extremely excited, nevertheless, though. Extremely excited,
yeah.
extremely excited.
Yeah, I would be extra excited too. I haven't got viral yet, but I know it's coming for me one day.
It's
But as I
coming, no,
always
of
say,
course.
yeah, but at the end of the day, like you just said, it's really not about going viral, but it's about getting the message out to the right, to your audience, basically.
Yeah.
So again, who is your audience? Who is your target audience? Because I'm like my audience is not on TikTok. My audience is more
Mm,
so on other platforms as I see it. On TikTok, I see many young people, and I don't work with many young people. My target audience is more mature, so I don't work with the young people so much. I do have one who's 18 in my group coaching, and that's where it starts from me. But again, sometimes parents are involved and stuff, so I prefer to work with older, like more mature
understood.
people in their mid 20s or in their 30s because that matches the maturity of level that I'm
Mhm.
providing with my coaching. But again, it's about your life experiences, your maturity levels. So it's not about cutting that, but I feel like they might be on TikTok, but not consuming it so much as the young people are
Mhm.
because my
And
kids consume it. They're teenagers, so it's like that's how I see it.
no, 100%. And then how I see TikTok, or like how I see algorithm, that's like a very interesting thing because I truly believe that algorithms or social media platforms, they're shifting. It's less about the
All the
creator and the
time.
influence of the coach itself, and it becomes
Yeah.
more about the experience on the platform. You don't need to follow creators to see their content. So I think at the end of the day, especially on TikTok, it's not really about who you follow, but it's just the algorithm. It's the
Oh, it's just
explore
popping
page
up. I
who
get
is
it.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
actual
yeah.
creator. Because I've even experienced people telling me, yeah, once we follow you, we actually see your content less, which
Oh,
is
oh,
insane. So it really, I
okay.
think
Interesting.
it's very different platforms, and Instagram is switching more and more to become like TikTok when it comes to this. Where because I have 500,000 followers on Instagram. It doesn't mean that all of them see my content. It's something that also annoys me sometimes a little bit because I'm creating something with my ideal audience in mind, and then it might reach like 30,000 people. Then I hit on the info, and then I see it's 60% non-followers, which is nice to get new
Because
eyeballs
people
on your
just like and
products.
they don't follow you.
Yeah,
Yes, it's the
yeah,
same with me. Yeah, it's the
yeah,
same. Yeah.
exactly.
So I also just see content and I like it. I don't always follow them. So it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, it's kind of a crazy world out there. So what you're going viral all the time. So you also have a huge following, like it's like 500,000 followers. That's a lot. Like that is a lot. So they like your content, like if you have this huge following. So do you feel the pressure that comes with having a huge following to deliver quality each and every time?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's like one of the things that are not talked about enough, because I made all of this happen for myself without a team, which means showing up 80, 90 times a month because I post 3 times a day on three
Wow.
platforms, plus broadcast channel messages, plus all the plus creating stories, hopping on lives. It's really a lot of content on a daily basis. And then yeah, it can definitely be overwhelming. And then you also sometimes have this belief that, oh yeah, people expect from you only one specific type of content. And then once you're talking about something a little bit more to the right or to the left of that, they might not be able to associate with that. But again, it's all in
Mm,
our head, because if you have an audience of 500,000 people, I'm 100% sure that there are several in there who really care about you as a person, what you have to say, and that it does
exactly.
not
They like
always
you.
have to be one specific thing. Like, because FYI, I know I'm a business and mindset coach right now, but originally I really started as a mental health coach. And then I figured out, working with the first people, hopping on a lot of free calls, that relationship issues are the main thing. And then in the last 6 months, I really saw a lot of tendencies and a lot of people reaching out to me for business coaching. And since I've been to Dubai, people really in my DMs like, hey, how did you do this? How can we get started? How can I work with you? And then I was like, what? It's that easy? It's that effortless? And since then, and I'm
I
very,
actually
very
told you
passionate
this a
about
long
this.
time ago. I think I told you this a year ago that you should help people create content, good
Create
content,
content, a
and
hundred
and go
percent.
viral. Like because many don't know how to do it.
No,
And I saw this.
exactly.
You were excelling it from day one, and I saw this, and so I always see potential. And I
Yeah,
saw this. I'm
no,
like,
I
this is
love
what
it.
people need help with. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is actually something you can really excel and take to the next level, helping so many businesses reach that level because
Yeah,
many are lost. They don't know where to go, which
yeah,
direction, how to create content, how to stay accountable, posting regularly. It does require a lot of discipline and structure
yeah. Discipline and
to
structure
be
are
creative as
key.
well and creative and be creative as well,
Yeah,
you know? Yeah.
couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
So since your content is always going viral, you must have, do you have like a social media background? You said you were in sales, and then you went into human resources. Did you work with this, or do you have an education that matches this, or?
Not at all. Not at all. I think now, like seeing it more from like a business point of view, I think that like my business engineering degree is not that bad. Like good foundation to know something,
Yeah,
how
good
some
to have the
things work.
business mindset. Yeah.
Exactly. But when it comes to content creation and so on, everything learned from scratch. I have my Mac, I have my
Wow.
iPhone, and that's all it took me to be able to move to Dubai. Like, no joke.
And people like, you need this, you need that. It's like, not really. I
No.
have a
And
phone.
you will never believe this, but all I got, and I have it right here, this is the only investment I made, and like only for like my talking head videos and a little light, almost never use them. Yeah, people really overthink all these things. If you can basically talk in front of the camera, be yourself, be natural,
Yeah.
you don't need to
Yeah.
make any investments. Be yourself, talk, even if it's just 1,000 views. If 10 of them can resonate, if one of them really likes you, you won. If that happens 3 times a day over a year, you have a community.
Yeah. It really is as simple as that. And many people don't even take action because they stay in their heads of the fear of not performing. And they have this pressure, oh, I have to go viral. No. And that's why we're also talking on this podcast. Of course, it feels good. You have a huge following and you're building your business and your community, and all of that is beautiful. But again, it's not necessary to go viral because I haven't. I haven't gone viral, and I started my business in 23, and 1 month in, I got my first client. So it really doesn't come down to going viral, but it's about getting, yeah, the content out, the message out, and engaging with the people who are following you, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
and
practice
understanding
makes
them.
perfect. 100%. Practice makes
Exactly,
perfect.
practice and
Everything
keep
that works,
going.
repeat. Keep going.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
going and never give up, and just work through your fears. Be uncomfortable because that's how it's
Be
supposed to feel.
uncomfortable. Oh my God. I've been so often so uncomfortable with this. I
Yeah,
remember
you're supposed
Farah,
to.
yeah, like doing talking head videos. I don't know. Still working on that, to be very honest. And that's probably
I
the
haven't done
main
any of
reason.
them.
But you have your podcast, you are long form, you're doing long form content. I really
Yeah, yeah,
like it. And
yeah,
like,
I am.
so
Yeah.
it definitely works. So for me, that's going to be like the number one thing I need to work on right now, because YouTube can be like 20 minutes talking, and yeah, that's something I'm struggling a little bit to do.
Yeah, because it's something new for you. So it's normal that your
Absolutely.
brain is saying, "Hey, what's up? What is this? I don't recognize it. I don't feel so
Yeah,
safe right now. What are you doing to me?" It's normal. It's supposed to feel like that. Yeah.
exactly what is going in my head whenever I'm thinking about like recording it. Because at the end of the day, one of the things Ali Abdal was saying in one of his videos that I really, really loved was like, just put your phone this, okay, this way, you know what I
Now
mean
you're
though?
upside down. Okay.
Upside down, and start recording 5 minutes, spread your message, put a title on it, upload it on YouTube. Simple as that. Hasn't happened in 2 years. Hasn't
Wow.
happened 2 years. Hasn't happened
All
in
right.
2 years. I hope
I
that this
started
call is going
YouTube.
to motivate me because I really
Yes,
want to get
now
it
you
done.
have a reason. You can get access to the podcast and post it on your YouTube. And I think you will have, I'm not even in doubt, you will have a huge following. I don't see why it wouldn't happen. Like, I don't see it. And I think
Thank you
people
so
will love
much. I
that
really
as well.
appreciate this.
No, I love your content myself, and I followed you not because, oh, he's another coach, I'm supporting all coaches. No, I actually follow people that I want to learn something from,
Mhm.
and like and to engage with their content. And actually, now that you're saying it, I'm not seeing your content either. I think I need to engage more with it again because it goes away, right?
Yeah,
Now that we're
same.
talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always see you on TikTok, by the way. I don't see you that often on Instagram, but whenever I'm on TikTok, I see you, and you probably saw it because I like and save. I'm like supportive when it
Yeah.
comes to that. Yeah.
So yeah, I have a team and I'm not posting myself, but I'm happy that I'm
Okay.
on TikTok. I don't not see it
Yeah, yeah.
myself.
I see you on TikTok all the time, all the time.
So I have all my notification off on my phone to take care of my mental health because I get
That's
overly
good.
over. I'm also a July. I'm also a Cancer like you, and we are sensitive and we get overwhelmed. So success is so many things. Sometimes it comes with that overwhelm. You have client messaging, so all my clients have access. I have a Slack channel. They get I get notifications from there. I get notifications from clients what they're using, Telegram or WhatsApp. I have that on, and that is already enough for me. So
Enough.
if
I
I have
feel that.
other social media things on and getting 300 DMs a day from Instagram, it's just overwhelming.
Yeah, couldn't
It's
agree
too much
more.
for me. So I have a team to help me. I couldn't be where I am today if I didn't build my team. I know you did this alone. I
Mhm.
started alone as well the first year, but then I got a team, and that's how you scale. So
That's
you
how you
can
scale.
not do
Exactly.
everything. I cannot hop on podcasts. I had group coaching on this morning.
Mhm.
I had another business meeting. I'm recording content today as well. Like I cannot do everything if I
Yeah.
don't have someone working on my content or posting for me or answering some
Mhm.
messages because I cannot be everywhere. And this is about learning how to navigate in this social media world where you go viral, you have 500,000 followers, you get lots of DMs, loads of
Mhm.
them, I can imagine. People
Yeah,
comment on your stories, and you cannot, like, this is a full time job.
this is a
So, how do
full-time
you
job.
stay above water? I have to ask you, how do you stay above water when you get so many DMs? You have your own business. What do you do,
I have a
basically?
very clear system, and I recently saw Jay Shen in person. He was having he
Oh, he was
how
in
do you
Dubai?
call it? Yeah, he was in Dubai, and I got
Oh,
invited
wow,
to
how
the event,
cool.
and then I unfortunately missed 98% of his speech and only got the last 2%. But I truly believe in divine timing, because the moment I got on my seat, the first thing he was saying is that his whole life is planned. Whenever he's eating, whenever he's in the gym, everything is scheduled. And that's basically what I noticed. This was approx 2 months ago. I had recently moved to Dubai, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And time management, like my morning routine, everything from 9
Yeah,
a.m. until going to bed is
same.
planned.
I always say if it's not in your calendar, it doesn't get done.
Yeah, it doesn't get done 100%. I make a lot of
Yeah.
adjustments because things come in, spontaneous calls. Sometimes I
There
prepare
should be
having a
space
discovery
for
right
that
now.
as well.
Should be space for that as well. 100%. That's key.
Yeah.
That is key.
That should be scheduled breaks in. There should be space for spontaneity. I cannot say
Yeah,
spontaneity.
for being spontaneous. Let's just say it this way.
Yes, yes, spontaneous, yes. Absolutely. So there should be space for everything. Like you should have a morning and a wind down routine. I always tell clients, if you don't have that, then you're not building up for success,
Yeah,
like in your day, because it really comes down to the small things, how we wake up, how we go to bed, how we unclutter our mind. Otherwise, it keeps going on in your sleep as well, because the brain never switches off. But you have to do an act to switch it off, and to show up for yourself. That is self love, going earlier to bed, like starting your day strong and saying no to things. That's just how it is, because you cannot do everything. Like I just mentioned, it's impossible.
100%.
Then you're inviting anxiety more and more in if you're saying yes to everything, because you really want to build a business, you really want to do this. But again, have the long term, of course, goals, but also work on the small things, and having those routines in place really makes the whole difference for the long term.
Yeah. And that's how
Yeah,
you not only have momentum, but that's how you're working every single day to get 1% better
like
and
you
to
said,
work
I
on your
keep
long-term vision.
posting, and nothing happened. Like you just mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, that is what builds momentum. You keep
Yeah.
going. You
Yeah.
believe in yourself. You do not give up on yourself. And that's
Yeah.
why you're inspiring, because you started in a small town in Germany. You had another job, and here you are in Dubai going to Jay Shetty events. Like, hey,
it's really it's
I
really
love that for you.
really cool. It's a lot of things have just changed in so many ways, and I'm really here for it. On the other side, really gotta admit, I work 6 days a week. The only day that I have off right now are Saturdays, and even on Saturdays, content, broadcast channel, the most important things, maybe
Okay,
even a
it's a lot.
spontaneous life, has to happen until. But that's what I'm looking forward to do in the second quarter or third quarter, to see, hey, how is it gonna be once I'm starting YouTube, and then outsource whatever I feel confident
Yeah,
outsourcing.
exactly. Then you
100%.
outsource some of the things that you don't have to have your fingers, but it's good to know how to do your everything to begin with. That's also
That's
how I
the
started.
thing.
Do not rely on anyone.
Yeah, do
You
not
have
rely
to
on
know,
anyone.
you have to be the
Exactly.
engineer of building your own business. Like that is how it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
need to know anything, because like my problem solving, like I also have like an email or like an email newsletter, and then I have so many, like creating all these pages, just like, and the funnels, all these things. I'm not an
Yeah.
expert, but I definitely know the stages, which means if I ever were to work with someone, I would have more or less an idea of how the things must get done, which always is an advantage, always is an advantage for you.
Yeah. So what do you do? Like you're doing a lot. So what do you do for your mental health? I know you said everything is in your calendar, but how do you, yeah, stay above water, like I said? What do you do so you don't feel overwhelmed?
This is such a good, interesting question, because this is very present, okay? I've been
Yeah.
very overwhelmed in the last 2 months, basically, because it's like I don't have my
Of
nine
the
to five
move.
anymore. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of things happening simultaneously. So I talked to my coach, Minnie Courtney, and she told me some things that I need to do. And one of her techniques is called 7 layers of why. So you're basically saying, wait, to like, XYZ is triggering me to feel XYZ. So, for instance, getting a lot of work done is triggering me to feel overwhelmed, which makes sense. But then you're asking why 7 times, or what, like several questions to dive deeper into this. And then at
Okay.
the end of the day, you're getting your why. And it's so insane, because as she explained me, like the first 3 questions, very easy. Then the fourth, five, six gets more difficult. And then you will not believe this, but I think on the sixth or seventh, it came out that I've been actually neglecting my mental health. For me, mental health means, like as a Muslim, for instance, your daily prayers. So I had been praying less, and I had not been very conscious during prayer. I noticed that, thanks to this exercise, started being more conscious and more present, and like doing my prayers more often. Change. This has been very recent. Like I did the exercise 2 weeks ago. Now it's like Wednesday, and I'm doing better than I've been in the last 2 months, for instance.
Wow, Alhamdulillah, as we say.
Yeah,
So I'm happy
thank
to
you.
hear
Yeah,
that. So it's about that inner connection. This is what I try to teach all of my clients. The more breaks you take, as with prayer, some say, okay, I pray all my five salah, but I don't have time to meditate. Then I say to them, this is a hack, a habit stacking. Once you're done
love,
with your prayer,
love
yeah,
it. Yeah.
once you're done with your prayer, what I do, I sit on the prayer mat, and I close my eyes and I meditate like this.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be long, like
Yeah,
few minutes is better than
yeah,
just tuning in with
I
yourself.
love
How are
this.
you doing today? So it doesn't have to be that
Mhm,
difficult. It's
mhm.
always difficult starting something new, but why not combine it with something that is already working for you?
Amazing. Love this. You can also do this for everyone who's not into meditation, EFT tapping immediately after prayer. If you're still feeling some overwhelmed or anxiety, EFT tapping after, combination of both. Wow. Maybe even like a couple, like your evening journaling, couple things. Perfect habit stacking evening routine, for instance. Yeah.
Exactly. So it doesn't have to be something, oh, I have to do this. It's so
Mhm.
difficult, you know? And so
Yeah.
it's about making it work for you in the situation that you're in. It's not
100%.
supposed to be like that. So you don't feel too overwhelmed by starting something new. But yeah, now Ramadan is approaching. You are in Dubai. So I think it's going to be awesome for you, like to keep the prayers and do more of those things. To be, I always wanted to have Ramadan a Muslim country, but unfortunately that's not happening yet.
It will.
So
It will though. If you
one
have
day,
this, yeah. If your soul has this desire, it will
I do
manifest
have
into
that.
physical reality at some point. Same for me. I converted 2 years ago, and I wanted it for
Oh,
my
it's
whole
new.
year. It's new, and then it's already my new reality. I'm in a Muslim
I
country where
love
I can live
that.
this. So it
I know
sooner
this is about
sometimes
going
rather soon.
viral, but what made you convert? And now we're shifting a bit direction, but I think it's all correlated.
It's
Um,
all, oh my God, this is probably the one of the most beautiful questions a human being can ask me. Also, in the sense of this, because my whole life has been so much more meaningful. So, like everything pre-Islam and everything after Islam, it's like two different people. It's two
okay.
completely different people. My business, my content creation, everything that I do, the way I'm showing up for my clients, the way I do my work, I could never have been this person if I hadn't converted to Islam. Islam was the foundation for
Wow.
everything that I'm doing in life, 100%. My best, like me as Spyros, my human body would have never been able to deal with all these things if it hadn't been for my face. 100%.
Wow, that's really beautiful. So this is everything is new basically. You converted 2 years ago. You started posting content 2 years ago.
That's why
I,
all the amazing
yeah,
things happened once I converted to
after.
Islam.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Everything happened after. Everything
Like
happened
it
after.
says,
So many
Allah
blessings.
subhanahu wa ta'ala guides you and puts the lights and the love for you in your hearts. And then everything blossoms if you have the belief and you just keep going with the intention. That's the beauty of Islam. It's not even doing the act, but if you have the pure intention in your heart, then like you get the blessings. That's like so beautiful. And when you have the intention, I want to help others achieve this and that, that's already beautiful. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses you with it.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm seeing. You're blossoming as you're supposed to. And yeah, and you're really making the best out of the situation that you're in. Like you
Mhm.
move from everything to a place where you know nobody. And that's also
Yeah.
like risk taking. So how has that been affecting you? Like mentally, like moving from everything you know to an unknown place, basically.
I visited Dubai last year for a week, just a week.
Okay.
Check it out,
Yeah,
see real quick,
vacation.
like, yeah, like what's
We
the
all done
vibe? And
that.
then, and I hadn't told, like, I hadn't really told people, but I just told them like, hey, yeah, Dubai. A couple of friends, my family knew, but everyone else, nope. And then I got here, and it took me 2 minutes. The moment I was in the cab, driving around, getting to my Airbnb, was like, yeah, this is where I'm gonna live. 6 months later, no, oh my God, what? 3 months later, I lived here. Yeah, and the big
Wow.
picture, obviously amazing. I'm insanely grateful, alhamdulillah, that I'm here. Everything is going well. I have the time, the capacity, enough. I am focused. All of these things, yes, but at the same time, like it also gets lonely. God bless that I have my one friend here that I knew prior to that. But then,
Hmm.
you know, having a 9 to 5, having a corporate job means you're getting out of the house. You're surrounded by people the whole
Yeah,
day, especially as a business partner,
absolutely.
human resources,
Yeah,
getting home.
yeah,
And now I have like 2, 3 client calls a day, and then everything else is like my own work, like
yeah.
edit
You're
content,
working
do
on your
videos,
business. Yeah,
working on the business.
yeah.
So,
I know how that feels. I also, well, I work from my home. This is my home office.
mhm.
but, but yeah, I know
Oh,
what you mean.
nice.
Like yeah, I do have colleagues now, but they're in foreign countries, like
Mhm.
with my team
Same.
members. So
Yeah,
it's everything is online interaction. It's not human interaction.
it's not
But of
human.
course, I have a gym membership. I do those things, activities. It's not like I'm seeing friends on a weekday because I'm too busy. So
Yeah.
that's for the weekends, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I understand what you mean. Going from a corporate job to this, it does get lonely, and you really need to have that big why to keep going every day and showing up. It does do something to you, but then, yeah, you're living your purpose. That's what matters at the end of the day. And you will build,
That's
now you
what
just move, you
matters.
will build your community physically as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's why Dubai, again, full circle moment, is the perfect place for everyone who's getting started. Because what I've noticed, especially in the beginning, when I was like doing everything for my membership, getting a lot of work, then I was also working Saturday evening, Saturday night. So you can go to a random coffee, it doesn't matter where you are in Dubai, and you will see full coffee shops, everyone on their laptop working on a Friday, on a Saturday, in the morning, at afternoon, at night. It's just a completely different environment, unmatched. I've been to so many places in the last couple of years, unmatched. The energy that Dubai brings, wow, I'm impressed. Every single day, I'm like, yeah, exactly where I need to be in life.
That's amazing. Yeah, they work hard in Dubai. I know that. Also, corporate jobs, they have to be there for a certain amount of hours. Like, it's very normal to work 12 hours a day,
Yeah,
um,
different work
like
culture.
in Dubai. Yeah, which I don't think is healthy on the long run
Mhm.
to work that many hours. It's important to have breaks. So, yeah, I'm happy for you that it's going in the right direction. But I want to talk just one more thing before we end the podcast. Like when you go viral, you attract all kinds of people.
Yeah,
So, yeah, how has it been? Like you attracted everyone, like with
true
going
that.
viral. Yeah, yeah, you attracted everyone. So how do you deal with negativity? People will always, I know when you have success, people hate on you. I don't know how much you've had of hate
Mhm.
comments or negativity, but like, does it get to you? Like, how has it shaped your mental health in that aspect?
The thing is, you've been following me since day one, so you probably know what kind of content I create. Also now with
Yeah.
knowing my religious background, everything that I do and say, I'm trying most of the time. Sometimes obviously it can trigger some people, but I'm always trying to come out of a place of love and confidence and fulfillment and kindness. And I think you can never
Hmm.
go wrong with that. So when you always know,
No.
when you're 100% certain that the words you're expressing, the message you're sharing to the world comes out from a good place. All the hate, it's always at the end of the day, it's just a reflection of who they are and what they're lacking, if that makes sense.
100%. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Because I'm
Yeah.
confident in my messages, I'm confident in the things I'm saying. And as a little side joke on the side, it's all engagement. So if a lot of people are hating on something and then other people are hating on it, that's what also can trigger people to video to go viral. Again, not my ideal audience, but
No, 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 I understand.
if you're generating 20 millions of views and then there it's normal that a couple of people are not going to
Yeah.
be in alignment with your
Yeah,
message.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, 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 yeah.
that's normal.
Yeah. Yeah. So before going viral and after going viral and keep going viral, has it shaped the person you are today? Like, has it affected you? Like,
It changed my whole life.
okay, so it did change your whole life. Yeah,
It did
okay, it
change
did.
my life
Okay.
because it is perception. At the end of the day, all the events I get invited to, all the podcasts, like all the opportunities that I have now, I know they are based on my following, on my reach, on my audience, on the numbers, on my profile, and people knowing that it's real. Especially now in Dubai, I checked this morning. I joined the secret society recently. I thought it's only for women, but yeah, for everyone who doesn't know, they also
Okay.
take in men, and I got like 111 invitations this morning, like for events that are happening in the next couple of days. So I have a lot of work to get
Wow.
done, but theoretically, you can every single day there are several opportunities for you to hop on an event just because people know you can bring reach and eyeballs on their service or product. That makes a lot of sense. But at the
Cool.
end of the day, I'm really trying to distance myself from that. Me, Spiro, who am I as a human being? I'm, yeah, these views, followers, all these things, it shapes it because it's my business. It shows my
Yeah.
dedication. It shows who I am. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm so much more than that. I'm kindness, I'm love, I'm positivity. I'm a believer. I believe in
No, your
God,
content is
and
very positive.
I try to be a good human being. And that's just a follow-up effect of the reality that I'm trying to create. So it just
Yeah,
depicts and shows in numbers and so on who I am as a human being and what I stand for.
that's beautiful. Yeah, I really wish you all the best. And for you guys who wants to follow him, and he could get maybe to 600 K followers, we
Yeah,
will drop
it's
the links.
possible. It's possible. Yeah,
Let's
as
reach
I
a
was saying,
million.
let's
Yeah,
reach a million. That's
yes.
the goal.
Always
No, I'm
thinking bigger. Yeah.
yeah.
But the goal is always to change someone's life for the better. And so it doesn't matter about the numbers like you just say, because I don't have a huge following, but still I get to work with amazing people.
Yes,
Uh
you live your
very
purpose
blessed. Yes, I'm living my
since
purpose,
day
very
one.
blessed. And yeah, and I started at the age of 39.
It's
So yeah,
possible. It's possible.
yeah.
Insanely
I
proud
know
of you
people.
too. Wow.
Thank you. Yeah, it's never too late. It's never
It's
too
never
late
too
to change
late.
direction. It's never too late to start over. I always say that, and I feel like I'm living evidence on that. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I didn't
So
know
you
that you
can do
started so
anything.
late, but yeah. Wow, now that
Yeah, I'm
makes
turning
sense. You kept
41
everything.
in this July. I'm gonna turn 41. I'm 40.
And
Yes.
doing better than ever, living your purpose, having your own business, having your team, showing up, your own podcast that I got invited to. Wow, wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow.
The
So
podcast
many
I started
blessings.
a bit before, actually. I
Uh-huh.
started the business. I did a Danish one in
Oh,
2022,
okay.
23. And then I started the podcast. Then I started the business because, yeah, I wanted to do everything at once.
Amazing. No, a woman in like look at you having it all figured out. Incredible.
Well, I'm trying. No, I'm also learning and trying. We all try our best. And having three kids,
100%.
I also learn from my kids, like the young generation. I don't, I tell my daughter, you're losing brain cells going on TikTok. And then she's like, why are you on TikTok then? And it's like
From a
different,
different
like,
point of view, mommy's making money over there.
yeah, and I'm like, well, I'm not consuming like dancing
Yeah,
videos with showing bellies and stuff, so it's a different content,
it's
you
different
know.
content. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my biggest concern also for the young generation going viral, for kids going viral. Like they don't know how to handle, like you're in your 20s when you went viral, but for kids going viral in their teen years, and like how do they handle the fame? And then everything becomes around that,
Yeah.
and
And
it
that's
puts
the
pressure
thing.
on them
Mhm.
and they get anxiety.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
then
it's a problem.
because you don't, that's the thing that is really important to distinguish who are you as a human being, what are your values, who are you in your day-to-day life, and who are you on your screen. Could at the end it should never be two different people, because once that
Exactly.
is happening, something goes wrong.
But kids are
Yeah.
kids and the brain are not developed and
Teenagers,
they're
yeah.
growing and learning. Yeah. So I have many strict rules about use of social media. They are not allowed to have their own accounts. They use mine,
Hmm.
and they can consume with controlled time.
Understood.
And
Makes sense.
yeah, and they think I'm like really old school when I'm doing it myself, because everybody else has it. But I'm really trying to protect their brains because research shows that they cannot handle it.
Exactly. They cannot even like teenagers. I think even when you're in the 30s, 40s, you might
We
not be
cannot
able to
handle
handle.
it.
Yeah, we cannot
Yes.
handle it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
that's
everything
true.
with balance, balance is key. And I understand you're in the beginning of your business, so grinding a lot, but just remember to take breaks. Do the praying, the meditate. Like that should not be a no-brainer. Like do not miss that out because once you do that, you reset your brain and then you perform better. Your
Yeah.
focus enhances basically. And many people don't think that. They think you just have to go, 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 but it doesn't
Mhm.
work like that. So, yeah, thank you for sharing your story. It's very inspiring from going viral 2 years ago and you're still going viral and how it shaped your life, changed your life around for the better. Um, yeah, so it's a positive journey, but it does come with a lot of self-reflecting, I think.
A hundred
Like you
percent.
getting
Every
to know
single day.
yourself better. Yeah,
Every single day. Yeah, that is
yeah.
true.
Is there anything you want to say to people about this going viral or who maybe are creating content? Something you want to say as a message to them?
I'm thinking because I think I've already said everything that I wanted to say before
Okay.
my main advice probably is to always distinguish between who are you, who is the real you, who are you showing up with your family, your friends, your loved ones,
Yeah,
and who are you on social
yeah,
media. And always go for being the same person, sharing the same messages, and be in alignment
yeah,
with the person you're showing up. And what changed my life was that I had always this, for me it was never money, it was never like, oh yeah, I wanted to be free, I wanted to do something I love, I wanted to follow my purpose, I wanted to help people, and everything
yeah.
else is just a follow up, like a sequence, like a follow up of my success, of my genuine true intentions that I had from the beginning. That was live my purpose, help people. Now I do that,
Hmm.
financial freedom and everything else comes along with it, because you're chasing something that you want and you genuinely are.
I absolutely love that. Like, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for joining on. It's been a pleasure. And I keep enjoying your content. And I will drop
Same here.
his links in the podcast. It will be out on Spotify and on my YouTube channel. And once you have your YouTube channel, now you have a reason. You can
Yes.
also put it up, and it will be shared to our pages, the snippets from it. And yeah, if you want to know more about him, you can follow him. And if you want to know what we do, follow us, support us, engage with us. Everything helps and to get the message out, basically. So thank you for listening in. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so
Bye.
much for having me, Farah. Bye
Of
bye.
course. Bye bye.